Enzo Maresca suffers a humiliating press conference blunder. Galatasaray break the bank for Osimhen, whilst Messi's bringing his other bodyguard to Miami, and Ivan Rakitic officially retires. This is DMAC Daily. The Chelsea manager has been humbled at the Club World Cup semi-final press conference in hilarious fashion. He tried to make the case that European teams actually have it harder than South American sides, claiming we have played 63 matches, so the European teams came to this competition differently than the Brazilian or South American teams, to which a journalist instantly clapped back, saying Fluminense have actually played, quote, 70 in the same period. It's more games. Enzo then just stood there completely gobsmacked, his entire argument dismantled. This exchange right here typifies the European exceptionalism on display this tournament. Chelsea's squad is valued at £1.27 billion, over 14 times that of Fluminense's. Spare me the narrative that Chelsea are doing it tougher out of the two teams competing. Not only have Fluminense played more games these past 12 months, but they've also traveled far greater lengths. Brazil is a huge country, and traveling throughout South America is considerably more demanding than Europe. Look, I am all for player welfare regulations and critiquing football institutions that prioritize money over everything, but the way in which Enzo has communicated this is just moronic. And this is coming from a Chelsea fan. Moving to transfer news, and bro, what kind of money laundering operation is taking place in Turkey right now? Did they strike oil recently? Because Galatasaray have just launched a €60 million bid for Victor Osimhen. That is already over 3 times their previous transfer record. And this comes in the immediate aftermath of Leroy Sané joining on a 3-year deal worth up to €45 million in salary. No idea how they can afford all this, but Napoli have still rejected the bid. His buyout clause is €75 million, and they already have a buyer who's willing to pay the full amount in Al Hilal. The problem, Osimhen hasn't agreed terms with the Saudi giants. He wants to remain in Europe. There's no doubt he would enhance most European teams, but his wage demands are pretty insane. But not too insane apparently for cashed up Galatasaray. If he does end up signing, the caliber of forwards in this league will be impressive. Osimhen, Duran, and Nasiri, Abraham, crazy times ahead potentially in Istanbul. Staying on transfers, and we've had some interesting moves in the last 24 hours. Newcastle have landed Forest winger Anthony Elanga for £55 million. Theo Hernandez has made the move to the Middle East, joining Al Hilal for €25 million. Scudetto champions Napoli have dropped €28 million to sign PSV winger Noah Lang. I can see this lad cooking under Conte. And Como just dropped €19 million on Celtic star Nicholas Kuhn, their 7th signing of the summer, for a total of €87 million. And they're still gunning for Spain captain Alvaro Morata and fellow Milan teammate Malik Thiaw. Do not sleep on this club. Speaking of crazy transfers, Rodrigo de Paul to Inter Miami would be insane. We know this man would do anything to get closer to Messi, but I don't understand how this move's even feasible. Sure, Miami earned 26 mil worth of Club World Cup prize money recently. They could technically afford him, seeing as though de Paul's valued at around 25 mil and is approaching the final year of his contract. But remember, Miami have already allocated their 3 designated player spots in Alba, Busquets, and of course Messi. One of those 3 would have to be freed up in order for de Paul to join, unless Inter found a separate loophole of sort. I'm all for it though, would love to see Messi and his 2 bodyguards present at Inter Miami games. And finally, Ivan Rakitic has officially announced his retirement from football at 37, following a remarkable 19-year career. The Basel Academy prodigy went on to become a star at Schalke, captained Sevilla to a Europa League title, then moved to Barca and won 13 trophies, a pivotal player in that legendary side who memorably came in clutch in the Champions League final. After 6 years, he then returned back to Sevilla and captained them to another Europa League title. Meanwhile, at the international stage, he was equally spectacular, earning 106 caps for his beloved country, guiding Croatia to a World Cup final. That golden generation, that midfield trio was special. For me, he is the most underappreciated midfielder of the 2010s. At his peak, simply incredible. The perfect blend of technical elegance and unmatched work rate. What a legend. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in to DMAC Daily. Catch you tomorrow.